Alright, welcome back everyone. As I'm recording this, Pittsburgh and New York are going to overtime, following that big overtime win with Washington and Boston in yesterday's game. So it's a very exciting playoff so far, and I'm excited to watch all these matchups. Today we're going to preview Colorado and St. Louis. We did Vegas and Minnesota yesterday, and this is our second preview for the West Division. We will go and explore the North tomorrow. We'll try to do both previews for that early tomorrow. But anyways, here is our bracket, and we saw this yesterday in our preview for Vegas and Minnesota, but we can take a look at this again. Alright, here we go. First seed versus fourth seed, Colorado and St. Louis. Game 1 is Monday, May 17th in Colorado at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. local time, which is Mountain Time in Colorado. The Avalanche, President's Trophy winners, 39-13-4, 82 points. They're first in the NHL. Their top 6 skaters, Nathan MacKinnon, Gabriel Landeskog, Mikko Rantanen, Andrei Burakovsky, Nazem Kadri, Valery Nichushkin. Your top 4 defense are Cale Makar, Ryan Graves, Gerard. I think there's one, I forgot to put a defenseman on there. Who is that? Devon Taves. Sorry about that. Devon Taves is the 4th defenseman for Colorado. Goaltending. Philip Grubauer, 39-1. 1.95 goals against average, 922 save percentage. Vezina candidate for sure. We have Johansson as the backup, who's been no slouch. 5-1-1, 913 save percentage. And Devin Dubnyk, he's played a couple games as well. I don't know if he'll get any action, but we'll see. Power play, 22.7%, 8th in the league. Penalty killing, also 8th in the league at 83.1%. Colorado won the season series 5-3. And that was for the Blues, 26-21. The Blues, 27-20-9, 63 points. Top 6 skaters for them: David Perron, Ryan O'Reilly, Ivan Barbashev, Gene Schwartz, Brayden Schenn, Tyler Bozak. Top 4 defense for them: Justin Falk, Torrey Krug, Colin Parayko, Marco Scandella. Goaltending: Jordan Binnington, 18-14-8, 910 save percentage, backed up by Ville Husso, 9-6-1 on the year, 893 save percentage. St. Louis power play, 6th in the league, 23.2%. Penalty killing a little weaker at 25th, 77.8%. And as I mentioned, Colorado winning the season series 5-3. Alright, let's take a look at some storylines here. So the Avalanche have come all the way from a horrific 2016 to 2017 season and are the President's Trophy winners. The Avs, rising contender, and they've made it to the second round 2 years in a row. Now, they are the betting favorite to win the Stanley Cup this year. They're ahead of the Golden Knights, they're ahead of the Hurricanes. They're the favorite to win it. Although that's not the prediction I predicted. I predicted the Canes to beat the Avs in the final. But of course, I might get some backlash for that. Yeah. St. Louis, they have their experience as they won Stanley Cup in 2019. But they also followed that up with a disappointing effort in the bubble playoffs last year, where they lost in 6 games to the Canucks. They haven't been able to regain that playoff form in 2021. They struggled, and it looked like they might be sellers at the trade deadline, but they were able to get over the Arizona Coyotes to get the 4th seed. Now, looking on paper, we know that Colorado has the edge in almost every position. Virtually everything except for that 0.5% on the power play. Colorado, they were the leading favorites last year as well, but they were undone by goaltender injuries that put Hutchinson in net, and Francouz and Grubauer were both hurt, which really hurt them. Should something happen to Grubauer again and the Avs have to turn to Dubnyk, that would be a problem. But we will see what happens there. We know how that first line for Colorado is so deadly. One of the best first lines in the league. Probably the best first line in the league. Nathan MacKinnon, Landeskog, and Rantanen, they've missed their couple of games, and even so, they've done a great job. Everyone on the top line scored at least 20 goals in the year, and 9 Avs forwards scored 10 goals, which is the exact same amount as last year. The defenseman is underrated because, yes, is young. They have Cale Makar and Devon Toews. A big trade steal, Samuel Girard, best season he's had so far. And only 2 teams allowed fewer shots against than Colorado. But the Blues, they're confident. To St. Louis, Ryan O'Reilly said, "We know that they have a lot of talent over there and they work hard. But for us, it's an exciting challenge. We're going to have some fun and we're going to beat them." Okay, that's some confidence over there in St. Louis. And I think they have their pressures, but no one expects the St. Louis Blues to win this. And as an underdog, sometimes they prove us wrong, and we will see. For the Blues, they will need to be physical and they will have to overcome the flow of play. That's going to put pressure on Jordan Binnington. He's had a .903 save percentage in March, but a .921 save percentage after March. In 7 games against the Avs, Binnington has allowed less than 3 goals, only twice, however. Will St. Louis be able to keep pace if Binnington can't save them? They have been a top 10 offensive team. They've outshot teams. They scored 14 goals in Colorado in their 2 April meetings and beat them. But none of those games were against Philip Grubauer. Grubauer has faced the Blues 3 times, and the Blues have only scored more than one time. So, yes, that's difficult. We gotta watch for Nazem Kadri for Colorado. A little X factor here. In last summer's bubble, he had 18 points in 15 games. If he plays just like that, he might really be able to trump the Blues real easily. Torrey Krug replaced Alex Pietrangelo, and Krug is an offensive specialist, and he's led all Blues defensemen in scoring. Maybe that will be a very important thing for the Blues. Let's look at the numbers here and the top point getters for both teams. First line, all for Colorado. Makar and Girard for defense are the top. Perron, O'Reilly, and Mike Hoffman is third in St. Louis scoring. You know that for St. Louis, Tarasenko might also be back at some point in this series. I don't know. Maybe not. He's been sidelined for basically the entire year, and that they're able to make the playoffs without him, and that's a good thing. It's a big thing. My prediction here is going to be Colorado in 5, and we all know how good Colorado is, and I don't think St. Louis has what it takes to upset them. Yes, they might win 1, maybe they'll even win 2, but Colorado is better than them in almost every aspect of the game. I know, President's Trophy curse, but last time Colorado won the President's Trophy, they had a pretty deep playoff run as well. Don't count on curses to save St. Louis. Alright, so my prediction, Colorado in 5. Stay tuned for Monday. I'll be tuning into this game as well. We'll see what happens. It might be exciting here. Alright, until next time for the North Division playoff previews, we'll see you later. Take care, everyone.